bucket. Two tears in a bucket. Champaign Conversations, bitches. This is Donovan, Shaan Keez,
Big Keys,
and this is Champaign Conversations. We
We
don't got no guests today. It's just us two.
freestyling.
Freestyling, talking about life. We want to say thanks to everybody who's been watching, rolling with us. Thanks again for my man letting us borrow his place to record, man. We just gonna do some reflecting, man.
That's what's up.
Do some reflecting, see how it's going in our own individual lives, what we got out the show, a lot of stuff planned. How you been, man? I know you been a little sick. Want to talk about it?
Honestly, man, at the moment, y'all might have to bear with me a tad. I'm kind of trying to fight off the anxiety attack right now. But I've been pretty decent, man. I've been keeping the faith, bro. Most definitely. I keep saying this, man. I don't know if you understand, but I keep saying this, bro.
Yeah.
You be helping. The conversation we just had before we turned it on, man. So I just said that real quick. I won't even stay on this too long unless that's where the conversation ended up going. But I just said that real quick to say, to remind everyone, if you're going through anything like that, support, man. Support systems help, bro. Like, for real, to have those words and somebody who actually can back what they saying, maybe with some type of study. It's dope as hell, man. And I feel it coming down as I talk, actually, which is good.
Yeah, bro, you gotta get all that stuff off you, bro. Like, you can't, us as men, we got the weight of the world on us, so shit, if we could support one another, why not?
Yeah,
shit,
yeah, most definitely.
I come to you too. Shit, when I be going through my problems, everything I'm going through personally, trying to be a better father, trying to be a better man, you gotta talk to another man who done lived a life.
Most definitely.
Probably done seen something, probably thought about a different angle than you probably have, That experience might open your eyes and unlock something that you might not get from yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it helps, man.
Iron sharpen iron.
Iron sharpen iron. I remember that. For real.
But without iron, you got the fire,
Yeah.
You need that fire too to sharpen it to,
Yeah.
if you're going to fight it off with that sword,
We blacksmiths, man.
Yeah. Literally, blacksmith.
But how you been, man? How about yourself?
I've been good, bro. Just chilling, man. Trying to get this show off. Trying to just follow my dreams and really just working, bro. Trying to be the best person there is, best father there is. Father's Day coming up. So I'm just trying to prepare
Father's Day.
My first Father's Day as a father. My baby's first birthday coming up. Shout out to Jada, June 28th, a little bit after that. So I just been trying to be the best. What you doing for Father's Day?
Relaxation. and I mean, usually we do the same thing pretty much. Try to find something that we're going to do in particular with the kids and then a barbecue and all that.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, the way I've been feeling, bro, this is just legit, like, for real. That's all I really want is to relax, and chill. That's it. That's all I think of all the time. I'm forever tired, drained. I can't think past that sometimes, man. Like I said, though, I got back to that.
Yeah.
This helped, though. Champaign Conversations is a great outlet, bro.
Yeah, it definitely is. We gotta just keep it pushing, bro. So I got this thing that I want to do. It's 3 pros and a con.
3 pros and a con.
So 3 hots and a con. I like to call it.
I like that.
We got a lot of people over here talk about avoiding jail or going to jail. Past interviews, but it's just think about 3 positive things that can help you better you, and then think about the 3 positive things about yourself, and then 1 negative thing that you can turn into a positive.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. This might sound a little cliche, but I would say 1 positive thing about myself is positive energy. Like seriously, I try to remain positive through a lot. That's what really kind of messed me up sometimes when it seemed like I can't. My energy be off and I can't. But positivity, inspiration. I like to be an inspiration to individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like speaking, I guess that kind of go with positivity, but I mean like even more, not just the energy, but actually the footwork behind doing and being physical inspiration. And my talent, bro, I think that's a 3rd as far as rap music, period, not just rap music, because that it touched certain people. You feel me? Anytime I can touch any individual from any lyric that I had is real dope to me. So those 3 things, I'm gonna come back with 3 more also, or like maybe on another note, do this again. I had time to actually sit down and think about it. Negative, man, con that I can turn to a positive is my procrastination. And that's 100. That's probably my worst one. I procrastinate a lot. And I need to turn that energy around ASAP. For real. I think I get a lot. I know I will get a lot more done and probably won't be so darn anxious. For real.
Yeah.
That's
We also got 3rd Shift Drew.
Lil Drew.
Andy, as Shaan Keez called.
Curves.
I call him 3D. 3rd Shift Drew. 3 hots in the cot. 3 positives, 1 negative.
My negative, that's easy.
So you go straight to it.
Let's straight to the negative. Let's knock it out the way right
Bad
quick.
news first.
My negative is my attitude. Like, I just got an attitude problem. I mean, y'all probably don't see it at work, but it's just, when people rub me the wrong way, they tend to know, because I just stay the fuck away from them.
Shut it down.
Positives, I don't know. I guess a positive would be I care. I care.
Genuinely care.
Yeah. Like, I mean, when I hear something bad happen to somebody, it hurts me too. I mean, I might not sit there and break down and cry like everybody else, but I feel it. I mean, that's a gift and a curse too.
Yeah, people definitely try to take advantage of that.
I don't know. I like to think of myself as a good friend. I don't always reach out, or I don't always do like a friend normally does, but like if somebody I call a friend calls me or asks for something, 9 times out of 10, if I got it, they got it too.
Definitely very generous, brother.
Yeah, you definitely is. Definitely are. Tell life has English class.
It's not.
Barely, bro. Barely. I hate to admit it. It was like I was 24, but I know the difference between there, and there.
Hey, man, that should be hard sometimes, bro.
Yeah. One more.
Shit. I don't know, I get lost in life. And I guess I just go with the flow sometimes. So.
Yeah. That's definitely positive. If I can add something to it, you helpful, bro. You very helpful.
Definitely.
Very, very. Even at work, you very helpful. You help us get stuff done. You do stuff with a smile on your face. There's no ego about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you genuinely like to help people.
You don't fit in with your shift, man.
Yeah.
Come on over.
Yeah. Come in second, so I can call you 2D. but I guess I'll say for me, I'll start off with the negative as well. Go ahead and get that off the way. I feel like my view of entitlement is kind of like negative. Like I fall in, like I feel like I'm supposed to have stuff, and that can kind of be a negative in a way. It's kind of like I think something is like it's supposed to go this way instead of like working hard for it, putting the energy behind it, putting the backing behind it. Like no, you gotta work hard for everything you get for it. And that view has kind of like shortchanged me into things in my life where it's like you feel entitled for certain things, like okay, and then you get like with entitlement you got titles, so it's like well. I'm this person, this title, I'm supposed to have this. No, it's not. Like, you gotta work. It's, with the title comes with job and responsibility, not just that. So it's like, I feel like that's one negative.
That's a good one. Because I think that's one that you really could, just depending on how you view it, turn it into a positive. Yeah.
And I'm trying to, like, that's my biggest thing, like, I'm working on now. It's like, I want to feel entitled, but I also want to turn that into a positive where it's like, okay, I'm this person, but this comes with this job and responsibility, and this is what I got to do pertaining to this job and responsibility. For instance, like, okay, I'm a father.
Yeah.
So I'm not entitled to get my kids or see my kids or this, that, and that. Well, technically I am, but my situation. You know, I'm not with their mom, so it's like, okay, I'm a father, but my job and responsibility is that I put that effort in to see my kids. I put that effort into,
it ain't just gonna come.
You know, talking to and getting on a good relationship with them, which we have a decent relationship. It's not all bad, but it's up to me to, like, I'm not entitled to that. So if I don't see them, I can't get mad at nobody but myself for not putting that energy into, not seeing them.
That's a great way. Looking at it.
Yeah, so I feel like that's one negative. And I think my positive is resilience. I can kind of like
very resilient young man. For real.
I feel like I don't really let bad times. Well, I've never let a hard time humble us.
Thanks.
So I just feel like I can kind of like reinvent myself over and over again and never stop. Like as long as I got breath in my body, like I'm gonna keep coming. Keep on trying to find like different angles to attack my goals and stuff like that. And just being like, okay, this didn't work, but I can take a little piece of this and going from that. Another positive, I would just say for the most part, I'm always happy. Sometimes I battle depression, but for the most part, I just try to stay happy, try to stay positive. Touch back what you say, just try to be that ball of positivity for other people. That makes me happy. And just being positive, being who you are. And I think another positive, like I'm myself. I'm myself no matter who I'm around.
That's a fact.
Like no
I
matter
can
who
all that.
Like you're gonna get me. Like you're gonna get Donovan, you're gonna get Smitty, you're gonna get whoever, you gonna get me, you gonna get me, and I'm not afraid to be myself. No matter around like who around, who there, what crowd, like it's me. Like it, love it. I got a thing that I say. I'd rather you hate me for who I am than love me for somebody.
Right. Yeah.
So
you real knowledgeable too, bro. Like I don't think you give yourself that credit, but. You are. Maybe you do, but I'm saying like I don't think it's been too many conversations that we've had either on the show, at the job, just wherever that whatever topic we were talking about, you didn't know anything about. You know what I'm saying? Like you know a little bit about everything, a little bit about a lot, or a lot about a little bit. You know which way to say that shit go. But
I think it's more so for me, just as far as like that knowledge standpoint, like. I don't want to know, like I'm curious, bro. So I was one of them little kids that just, before Google, I read a lot. Like my mom used to make us go to the library once a week. Like, we had to read books. Like, shout out to my mom. Like, I love reading, but it's because of my mom, bro. Like, so I'm curious, and I like people. So it's just like, I would have a thought in my head, or I would see something, and then it's like the black hole, but it's just in a positive way. It's like, okay, I'm reading, like, for instance, now we got Google, so now I'm a Googler.
Google Magic.
Or a YouTuber, but like I'll Google something like, for instance, like LeBron James is one of my favorite players.
Go.
Basketball players. So I'll Google LeBron James. Then I'll Google, while Googling LeBron James, learning all about his basketball, like I'll start just so I can prove a fact to somebody about basketball. I'll learn something new. Okay, he just opened up a school.
Yeah.
Damn, like how did he open up a school? Like my curiosity is what drives my knowledge. So it's like, okay, that opened it up. Like, okay, he opened up his school. He did this and that. Okay, he got a charter school. What's the difference between charter school and public school? So it's just like you connect the dots. Boom. Boom.
Almost like a domino effect.
Yeah, it's like, so it's not like that I know
ripple
it.
Effect.
Yeah, it's like a ripple effect. It's like throwing a stone into the pond, and you just kind of see that, and you just skip to the next thing, or pushing down a domino and just seeing that one just keep going. But I think that's what it stemmed from, like curiosity, and then my imagination is always going. Like I would like to view myself as like an idealist. So
with that being said, especially about what you said about reading, loving to read, and that coming from your mom. Is that gonna be something you implement on your girls?
Yeah, I think it's important. Like, I feel like now everything technology, so
right.
I feel like the people who know, they read a lot, they study a lot. So I wouldn't say my mom forced us to read, but she highly encouraged it.
Yeah, yes.
So we went to a trip to the library like once a week. So that's something I would do with them so they can get, like used to that. And it helps out later on in life. Because like I said, I'm curious. I read everything. And then like I think of times like when stuff didn't go right. I didn't read nothing, you know what I mean? Like join the Army contract. Yup. Signed. I ain't gonna read my contract, bro.
I get were you at the time?
18.
Yeah, we don't read contracts.
But like it just stemmed, like I think like that's something I would like with my girls to do. But it's up to them. Like I don't really want to force it on them.
Right.
Like y'all gotta read. But I stayed in trouble a lot too. So I stayed in trouble in school. So the punishment was you would have to read a book and write a book report too. So it was like
I think I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take a page out that book.
Yeah,
right?
so that was just something my mom did. It was like you was on punishment. You gotta at least read one book. You acting up in school. You don't want to show up in school. Read a book. And my mom was slow, so scandalous me try to read the back of that book.
Paraphrase the summary.
Yeah. Like when I was growing up, the boxcar books. I don't know if you remember those.
Not particularly.
Boxcar books. It was like, dang, is it boxcar? It was about like a little railroad. People like it was a family. They stayed in the boxcar on the railroad, and it was like a couple of them. But it was like a series of books, and it was supposed to be for kids back then. Like it's the early 90s, like 96, 97. So I used to just go to the library, go straight to the section, to the boxcar, get about 2 books, read the back of that mug. I used to write my report. I'm on punishment. I used to write my report right then in the library. Come home, she give me a piece of paper, put it in the back pocket. Not knowing my mom's smarter than me. Yeah. Write it down, be in the room, chilling, looking out the window, my friends play. Thirsty. It's been about 30 minutes. My I read the book. That fast, yeah, I started it at the library.
Ah, shit.
Look, chill. Well, you think I'm some type of fool?
Yeah, man. What we tell these kids all the time now, man. I've been there. I've been there. I used to hear it my whole life. Like I used to be you, for real. I used to be a kid. You know, as a kid, I never really got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, everybody was a kid, but I never really got what she meant when she was saying that. But now I see man, I see my kids trying to pull the same little tricks that I used to do. Like, come on, man, I know this. They don't get it though. They still same way.
Is it different? Is it like crazy that you hear yourself saying the same thing that your parents said?
Yeah, sometimes I hate
stuff
it.
that like used to irritate you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I had Jada the other day, and she crawling around crying and stuff. So my mom used to say like this little thing. It used to irritate me. She used to say it after a whooping, like be quiet before I give you something to cry for.
Yeah, man.
So she was touching stuff. So I popped a little leg like stop.
Mm-hmm.
So she just started crying, and it just flowed out of my mouth like. Quit crying before I give you something to cry for.
Yes,
and I used to think like, you already gave me something to cry for. What you gonna give me some more?
Yeah, those things, I know exactly what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's crazy how much of my mom I am, bro.
Yeah, they be like, dang. Or just like little stuff where you just like chilling or you fall asleep. And like I woke up like she looking at me. She can't really talk, but I'm like, she looking like that. How you gonna put this movie on? You fall asleep. And I was just thinking to myself, I ain't sleep. Like, man, that's crazy, man. But we are who we grew up behind. Our parents. So.
That's a fact. Like, even my giving spirit and just wanting to help, I think I get a lot of that from my mom, bro. She is like poster child for helping, like straight up. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep into a lot of her stuff, but I don't know how she would take it. That's the only reason why. But like she had a lump sum of money, talking about nice lump sum of money, and just like that, like kind of went through it, not bad, but helping people out. I'm talking about calling up, paying bills, giving just nice bills, bro. Rent, just going through it. Like, it's in her. And I think she instilled that in me, man. Sometimes, honestly, to tell the truth, sometimes I think I got it to a fault.
Yeah.
Put myself in some real bad predicaments sometimes. Trying to help, but like I said before, man, I be feeling like if I'm gonna struggle, you're gonna struggle, we might as well struggle together. That's my like favorite line in helping people. You know what I'm saying? Even if I ain't really struggling and then I'm helping, that it kind of put me into a struggle, but still, like I said, if it's a loved one, I would rather us struggle together than you struggle alone, period, man. But yeah, man, our parents are definitely instilled some real stuff into us, bro.
Yeah, that's real too. I think like we get that from everybody. Like for me personally, it would be my mom and my grandmother. Like my grandma used to stop her car and pick people up off the side of the street.
That's what's up, man.
Like, grandma, you know him? No. Just that love for people, I guess. It's just like, you never know, you know what I mean? I was saying like, remember getting off work, I stayed with my grandparents at the time, she picked some lady up. I guess she was talking with her boyfriend. And I didn't work in the best neighborhood in Milwaukee, so we in the middle of the hood. And I'm thinking like, so she stopped, and we at the stoplight. So I'm just getting off the work. It's a Sunday. I just work 8 hours. I just want to go home. Cook. She just came from work. I think my granddad had cooked some fish or something. So I'm like, man, I got the bluegills. I can smell them, you know
already,
what I mean?
Yep, mouth watering.
She just stopped. So she look over to the side. It's lady arguing. So she pulled in that little apartment complex. Stopped, talked to the lady when she was like, oh, you alright? Do you need? Gave the lady a ride, like a 10-minute ride. They got some guys and doing. She playing that church music,
man.
and I'm like,
trying to get to this field.
I'm like, you don't know if dude go follow us or what?
Oh yeah, thanks, yeah.
Like you don't know her. Like this could be a hoax. Like grandma, you too nice. Like you too nice, but she, the Lord to take care of me.
Yep.
So it's like I see that. I'm like, bro, that's the standard. Like if you can pick up a whole stranger, give them a ride. I don't even know if she probably seen that lady after that. I know I sure haven't, but I'm sure that probably made her day, you know what I mean? Like, let me get you out this situation that you're dealing with, move you somewhere that's safe, and a random stranger.
Small act of kindness. And that's, I wouldn't say that was too small, but seriously, a small act of kindness has changed a lot, man. And what you were saying about not even knowing, like, if the guy gonna follow, or even, it's a lot of people that take people kindness for weakness and scam. I've been victim of, right? And finding out that I was scammed, like I was hit, got me, kind of brought my spirit down and had me like, dang, so how do I know who to help and when to help? And this is just kind of go back into my mom. She talked to me like, you just do your part. That's it. That's all. It don't matter, like, because you can never really know. You never will. So you got to do your part. You don't want to block a blessing trying to figure out if somebody using you or not, you know what I'm saying? Because you never really know.
It's about control at the end of the day. Like, when you got that mindset, I feel like I used to be the same way, like, thinking too hard. I think, like, when a lot of times when people bless people, they want to see the flower grow.
Right.
So if you look at it like, if you, a blessing is so you plant a seed, first of all, it's covered in dirt. So you watering that seed, and you just sitting there, you want to see that it's actually growing. But you blocking the sunlight, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
You blocking the whole thing.
Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you blocking that, so you want to see it grow, and it's never growing, it's never sprouting up. And then you kind of get mad, like, okay, now you're looking at the dirt, like, man, I can water this, and that. And you never know, like, you don't know what's going on underneath there. You don't know what's going on underneath the old line of issue. So I learned just to remove myself. Like, once I water it, just walk away and let the sun do what it do, and let that flower grow up on its own. Because when it's sprouted up, it still got its roots deep down in that soil. So why not? You know what I mean? Like, you contribute to that. You contribute to that foundation.
Yeah.
So it could be a big ass tree with its roots, and you contribute to that, and it's still getting it. As long as you watering that tree, you still. That's where it's getting its nutrients from that soil. Yeah. And the roots are still covered in dirt, even though it's sprouted up and it looks like a blossom tree. So I just look at it like, I gotta remove myself. If my job is just to water you, remove myself.
That's a dope ass analogy.
I can't just be watering you and just standing there. I ain't the sun, you know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of stuff don't grow in darkness.
And then it's patience also. Like, I remember this saying, I can't remember it exactly, but they said, like, a plant or whatever will never grow if you stand there and watch it. You know what I'm saying? Because, seriously, just think about it. People, anything growing, you can't really see it growing, no matter how much you stare or whatever. But if let's say you gone, you got a business trip, or maybe even army, you got a brand new baby, you gone, you come back, you can see, oh, man, my baby done got big, you know what I'm saying? But you sitting there watching your baby every day, every night, trying to watch the growth, you would never catch it. So, bro, that's dope. That's a dope ass analogy. And you are the GOAT of analogies, bro. Straight up. You got some dope analogies, man.
You got to make it so people can understand it, because we all growing, but also just realizing you a seed too.
Yeah, facts.
If you do that, you know what I mean, that'll make it a whole lot easier too. Like, I've been there, and like the mom was saying, like, just get out the way. Like, you don't need no control in that. You gave it, you did your part, you did your job. Whatever they do with it, they do with it. Just as long as you know yourself, you doing good. As long as you know yourself that you're doing it. And that'll help out a lot. Like, that helped me out a lot too. It was like, I gave you this for that. Why you? That don't got nothing to do with you. You just contradicted yourself. Yeah. You gave me Controllers now when they can.
Intent.
Yeah.
Intent, bro.
And intentions is everything. More so than the execution sometimes. It is. So we gonna go into smash ass, cuff that ass.
Cuff that ass.
Third shift Drew over there silent. You don't want to talk to us today.
We ain't gonna get too loud. We ain't gonna let, because the wife sleep. You know, we don't wanna get her in here.
So I got 3 names just right off the top. I think I said this name before, but I'm gonna say it again because I want to go see her movie, The Intruder. Probably go sometime this week. Megan Good. Megan Good. Viola Davis. And Remy Ma. Smash, dash, cuff that ass. That is so good. Megan Good, Viola Davis, and Remy Ma.
Yeah, what say ya?
How to Get Away with Murder, Friday, The Intruder, and
I was about to say some other shit.
I was about to say Papoose, but that shit just threw me off. I was about to say
stay locked up. That's what's up.
He about to dash if I say Papoose.
Man, dang. That man crazy. It's a hard one.
It is.
That's what's up.
That's
it's
what
always good to have the hard ones. Straight
I
up.
always had a thing for making good, so.
You seen those most recent pictures of Miss Davis?
Viola Davis?
Yes. So, I mean, not yes like that. But
you gotta clear it up. We don't want Miss Drew commenting on the video.
I forget what the name of the event is, but it's like a
Meat Gala?
Yeah, brother. I would say Google it real quick, but it's alright. Don't even worry about it.
Think about it. We gonna come back. Drew, Shaan Keez.
Oh shit, damn. I guess I do got the same thing, huh? So yeah, you did. We talked about Megan pretty recently, matter of fact, and I think I didn't cover, and I think I'm gonna go the same way this time too. So here, I would have to pass Remy Ma, just cause to me, Viola would be the cuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the dash and the pass would be between Remy and Megan, and I like Remy. Always did. Ooh, yeah, definitely. You know, I'm a rapper. You feel me? Especially young. I used to be the thug rapper dude, you know what I'm saying? Seeing that all, whew! You know what? Sorry, Megan. I lied. Because Remy is a lot of women. Yeah, and as us men say sometimes, I don't know if y'all ever said it, but I would climb that tree. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'll be smashing Remy, passing on Megan this time because
I'm gonna get you to cuff Megan. I'm gonna get you to cuff Megan.
At some point,
that's my goal, is to get you to cuff Megan.
Hey, this could have been a tough one between Megan. I just have a preconceived thought about Megan as far as cuffing, because a lot of her movies, bro, she got that. I have to get into her real life. You feel me? Yeah, because
I feel like you don't know too much about her real life.
I don't.
And like the closest I got, I read. We was talking about it last week with Shay. I read the book The Wait. And that's like the closest I've seen when she talked about her real life. But that was just more so relationship standpoint. Yeah. Not the things that she liked, not the things that, you know what I mean? What make her go, what make her don't go. That was just saying how she got married. Yeah, okay, she was used to this, coming out of that, and then she wanted to wait with her husband now. So it was
something different.
It was something different. Yeah. It wasn't, and then how her faith brought her to that decision. How God brought her to that decision. So like that's the closest thing, and that's the reason why I'm cuffing her because I feel like that's dope. I'm gonna cuff her. I'm dashing Viola.
Ooh.
A little older.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be her cub.
Cougars.
And I'm smashing Remy just because I just feel like she would be dope, like dope MC. And she chocolate too.
Chocolate in the morning.
And she loyal. It seems like she a loyal.
Oh yeah, she definitely.
She loyal. She speak her mind. So I feel like I would know. Like I don't want to say I know her, but I feel like it'll be a dope smack.
You gonna make me look into Megan for real? Cause seriously, man, I have that. I remember.
I know you married, but it's a good read. They talk about a lot in that book. Like I was telling Shay, it's about instant gratification. Like so, we never really understand how much instant gratification work towards our everyday lives. So you were saying patience. How to build patience is to go without something or not getting something right away.
Yeah.
So for instance, for them, you use that particular thing as far as sex in a relationship. But if you take those same principles and put it off to somewhere else, let's just say this show, for instance. Let's just say our goal is to get 5,000 views each week. But we sitting there somewhere around like 25, 30. We're not getting that instant gratification.
Right.
Or we might get 10,000 eventually or 5,000 eventually, but we need that right away. Or just something easy, like a diet. If you want a diet and your doctor say, hey man, you need to cut off all carbs, no carbs for a month. But you a pasta loving God. Now you gotta go without, but that instant gratification help you like not to go without and waiting or saying like, no, I'm not gonna get it.
Right.
I'm gonna go without. It helps you build in other aspects of your life. So she was saying her withstanding sex until she got married helped her develop other avenues of life. So it's not just about like, okay, we met this time and we were just hugging and kissing. I just had to walk away. It's more so like them talking about how them waiting to have sex for marriage helped her quit a lot of stuff in her life.
Oh, hence the weight.
The weight.
Right.
And so it's center line behind a relationship and you waiting that. But if you're a broad thinker, you can be like, okay, this can also help with this.
Yeah.
So finances too. It's like, okay, I'm gonna need to put this money up. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna wait.
And that's not only gonna build patience, it's build discipline.
Discipline.
Straight up.
And that's what it was. You need that discipline for that. And it also builds value. You learn to value the stuff that you actually buy because you know the power behind that and you know what the work behind doing. It's like building a house. You can't just build that whole house in one day and then expect that motherfucker to grow and then protect you.
You're gonna blow that motherfucker. Blow that motherfucker over.
First storm in Illinois, so the first storm is gone.
Oh yeah.
We got a leak.
That's another reason I know people really can't see, and I refuse to take my hat off because it's terrible. That's another reason I started, matter of fact, this crap here. Free-forming, man, just for the discipline and the patience, spiritual purposes also, and that all intertwine with one another. But yeah, I think it's big on my discipline. I just told my wife the other day, I was looking at it yesterday, matter of fact. I was looking at it in the mirror and I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna cut this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because my patience and my discipline ain't where it should be, I guess, right now. But I didn't, and I'm still working on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a discipline thing of mine, man. It's a lot of things that you can put into that same category. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Your hair is an extension of you. Sometimes your beauty. But see what I'm saying? Like that's dope. That's pretty much the reason why I got my locks.
Just want to.
I need a retwist. Shout out to Quita. I'm gonna be in that inbox soon.
Yeah, come on back on here too, matter of fact.
But yeah, I think like that's dope for you to do that because for me, growing my hair was different. So I wanted to jump out the box of what I'm used to. I'm used to taper, no taper, boom, fresh, clean face. Now I just like, I ain't want my physical appearance
facts
to match. You know, like I wanted you to see me before you actually saw me. I wanted you to feel me before you actually saw me. So me growing my hair was something different, like from what you see. Like, oh yeah, I know Donovan. He a kind brother, you know what I mean? Or he this and that. So it was like, okay, let me try something different. So when you see me, or the people who was used to this clean cut, low hair, little waves at the top, you know what I mean? Like, no, that's the old him, the new him. You see, you hear about him or you feel him before you even feel the presence. You ever hear about somebody and you feel like you already know him? So it's like him, and then when you see him, it's like, damn, you ain't nothing what I thought you was gonna be. So that's how I really wanted to be, as far as like my appearance go. So I'm like, yo, let me grow this out, and then plus spiritual, plus like I said, I set a goal, and then once I accomplish this goal, it's supposed to mean something to me, then I'll cut them, but I probably won't. I'll probably just set a new goal, keep going and going and going and going. So
that's dope, bro. That's dope and deep. Too deep. Second shift. That was kind of off, but anyway, that was a metaphor. It was a duck. You know what? Don't worry about it. That's my rapper creativity just going on and on.
Yeah, you definitely, bro. That's your hair is an extension of you. That's where your power come from. I feel like
Samson.
Samson.
Talk about it.
You don't want to get your head caught in the wrong lap.
this gonna be kind of off, man. Where we going? But I just feel like I gotta say it, man. It's been a lot going on my block, bro. I stay on hedge. Out here, man, just about a week ago, 14 year old, I don't know the whole story behind it. I don't want to say got shot. I don't know exactly how, but a bullet wound. I want to say gun violence, but definitely a bullet wound. Claimed the life of a 14-year-old young male. Next day, I'm outside chilling, actually thinking if I was going to go out or not. Sitting in the van and gunshots again, you know what I'm saying, right in the same area from, I see a couple people running off. I don't know, it's a silhouette, but they look young. Man, it's a lot of young violence, man, especially gun violence going on, not just here in Champaign, but throughout the world, man. And I just want to encourage our young brothers period, people period, but definitely the young brothers to, man, put the guns down, bro. Like, we gotta learn to love one another, open up, and I can just imagine that a lot of that is coming from a lot of underlying causes, stress, the world, man, the weight of the world, like he was saying. It's not just for grown men. And we gotta understand these children got them too. So not only encourage the young guys and girls to put the guns down, but also encourage the older guys, everybody, not just guys, to be more of a positive influence, not just parenting wise maybe, but everyone, bro, for one. And then I don't look at everywhere, my bad. I'm trying to hone this feeling. I can feel my anxiety right now because I really mean this shit, man. It's something that bothers me spiritually. But I think we gotta teach emotions, bro. I think that's one of the main things. We gotta teach how to deal with emotions, man. A lot of kids believe they gotta be tough, clout. As soon as they hurt, they have to react. They gotta hurt the person that hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's gonna be an ongoing cycle forever if we don't do something about it. It's not.
We just gotta take back
We gotta take it back.
Take back our kids, bro. And I feel like there's just a stigma going around, generational curses.
Facts.
It's over and over and over and over again. And honestly, bro, with that, you know, the gun violence, all that, that's been here, you know. That's been here. Well, not gun violence, but just the history of violence and kids taking over that. I think oftentimes we disregard our youth. We do. Because we so focused in our adult problems and we not understanding that we used to be them same kids. You see what I'm saying? Like, we used to be the same streets, and we gotta understand what it took for somebody to get to us. You see when you that young, I understand, like, we grow, we evolve, but sometimes you gotta dial it back. and speak their language and not understand, like, and be one of them. I think, like, a lot of them people come at them with that right and wrong or try to sun them. You know, like, you know what you're doing is wrong. You gotta, you know, when you was a kid, you didn't want to hear that. Like, oh, man, I don't care about none of this stuff you talking about. You don't, you know, but the insight you got as an adult about being grown, you got that experience and you got that hindsight.
Yeah.
Because you once was them. So I feel like when you got a leader or when you got a person who can identify with them and speak their language and not try to son them and just be one of them and lead them into the right direction, then you will see it. Then it take a whole lot of understanding and talking too. I think like a lot of them young kids don't have really nobody to talk to. Now we got the social media age where everybody's on here chasing clouds, recording you. I got it on me. That shit is stupid. So instead of saying like we got to figure out a way to communicate it because every generation make the same thing over and the same mistake over and over again. This ain't just something new.
No,
our parents deal with it. Their parents deal with it. We dealing with it. You know, now that we getting older with these younger kids, we just got to come up and grab them and show them like, hey, bro, what's up? What you like? Okay, even if you do like guns, let's talk about gun safety. Let's talk about gun things. Like, okay, we can't use that negative stereotype like guns is the problem because it's not. It's the lack of knowledge of weapons. It's the lack of knowledge of that. So if you feel like you need a weapon to protect yourself, let's start teaching classes. Let's start teaching some truth behind it. Let's see the impact of that. Don't pull the trigger unless you know exactly what you're shooting at. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because it's not. That's what I feel like it's a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
A lack of understanding from that, and then you got people who just misusing it. Then it's a lack of just being involved in it. You know what I mean? Like you not seeing. Like you didn't bought
sound
this
like
kid.
A lot of lack.
Yeah. You bought this kid toy guns all his life. Now he got a real gun. No, we scared. But it was cool when it was the Nerfs. Now you got motherfucking hollow points. Now you planted that seed.
That's what I'm. My youngest. Well, not my youngest, but my junior, and then my nephew. My oldest nephew, and then my junior. So my oldest nephew kind of got some trouble in his background. But anyway, with guns and everything, right? So since I know that, when I brought him out here with me, when I did bring him out here with me, that was one of the things I was saying and wanted to do. He wasn't here too long, but like, bro, we gonna hit the range. I'm gonna show you about these guns. You know what I'm saying? And when you said that, it sparked him. And I'm like, yeah, you right. I agree with that. And then my youngest, well, no, I keep saying my youngest, my junior, in love with guns, bro. Fortnite, gun, like I'm talking about Nerf guns. We think we had a Nerf gun party for him. And when I seen that, same thing, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to cuff him and really show him the whole dynamic of a gun. You feel me? Like good, bad, up, down. Teach him.
The impact of it, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
I feel like I think that's what helped, the knowledge of oneself and the knowledge of it. Because it's a whole system designed for that. We can't just, I don't know, people, you gotta take the guns. It's only powerful if you.
Yeah, it's the
only
same weapon. It's the same thing, rather even if it's good or bad.
I'm for the Second Amendment. I don't own any guns. I don't care to, you know. But I just feel like when I did have a weapon, I knew about that weapon. Yeah. I knew how to clean it. I knew how to operate. I knew how it functioned. I knew every little detail of that, and I wasn't pulling the trigger behind unless it was
that time.
I know where. My bullets was intended. I was certified on it, went to the range. Cool. You got to start teaching that. Because it's not going to stop. I think that's like just, as a young boy, you into, you know, swords, karate, the guns, you playing. That's not going to stop. We just got to put knowledge behind it and showing that it's a different way. And we got to show them the value of oneself, and with that knowledge, you
control.
If you look at yourself as a king or a god, then, and you look at your brother as a king or a god, it's hard to harm that.
Yeah, facts. If
you're
you
not
respect them, you respect yourself, and you respect your brother the way you respect yourself, then
it's hard to harm that. So we just got to teach them really the knowledge of self. You're a god, you're a king. It's more than life than this. Okay, you got a gun, let's get you legit, let's take you get some class. Like our job just did the little paintball thing. We did some young kids there. You know, they had a good time, you know? But something different. Okay, you into it with him? Let's come out to this paintball. Them paintballs hurt.
Them must do hurt.
You know, let's come out to this paintball. Y'all into it. And then y'all can still do the same thing y'all doing on the live. Yeah, I got it on me.
Yeah, never lacking.
Never lacking. You know? And they make them paintballs just like regular ARs, you know what I mean, different stuff. Let's go to the paintball. Y'all on one side, y'all on another. Play a few games. It's just like we got to come up with a different approach and have them let kids be kids. That's something fun for the community. Instead of making our neighborhood the war zone with real bullets and real consequences, I think people ain't doing that. So I guess that's up to us to make sure we do that.
It is. It definitely is, bro. Ain't even get guess to it. I don't know if I mentioned it on the show, but thing that I was saying about that basketball, the basketball tournament that they do like every year in the summer, right? Right in front of my crib, they by the block, have a tournament for the young boys and girls to come over and do it. And they have a lot of mentors. I want to say one of the guys is actually a reverend. I think he told me that, a pastor. But yeah, stuff like that, man. And like you just said, that would be dope. Just to reach out and touch them and show them somebody care, and then use that and put the medicine in the candy.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, I just know when I was 15, 16 years old, like, it was hard to get to me. Like, I wasn't even listening to my mama at that point. So it's like, I can only imagine what they going through, and if I did it, like, what's different from them to me? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think the problem gonna keep going that we ignoring. Like, we gotta heal ourselves so we can heal them.
Yeah.
We not facing the same problems.
That's a fact.
If you know, you gotta acknowledge the stuff that you did. And quit being, like I said, there ain't no right or wrong in this. It's what we gotta do. And you ain't right, I ain't right. You ain't wrong, I ain't wrong. Let's try to look at it a different way. Because I don't want to see you do 50 years for killing somebody. And I don't want a motherfucker be your pallbearer with that heavy ass casket. So I think we should make that a Champaign Conversation goal, get a youth league, and just showing people.
Let's do it.
Showing people, I guess, a different way out here. Because you don't want to, be waking up to gunshots, triggering your anxiety. The 4th coming up, everybody got PTSD and stuff.
Man.
You can't even enjoy the 4th with no firecrackers or nothing like that.
4th terrible in the hood.
Yeah, but I think we gotta quit normalizing that behavior. Just the knowledge of self and the knowledge of what you're doing. I don't even think them kids. I don't even want to insult their intelligence. They probably do know the power of the gun, but I think they just don't care. But the knowledge of self, oneself, will help them. If you know who you are and who your brother is, you don't want to harm your brother. You want to make your brother good, and your brother shouldn't want to harm you. Y'all whole objective is to get as many resources as possible. And if you take away the main resources, which is you, or him, then what?
Let me take this time real quick to smack one of them keys from Keys. So we talk about influencers like drugs, alcohol. We talk about how kids might get on, well, not just kids, but might get on a perk or a Xan and they go do something crazy and it affect thinking they do something crazy, or alcohol influence a person and make them do something crazy. I want to suggest emotional education, because anger is probably one of the most powerful drugs, bro. Like, people make some of the worst decisions when they caught up in an angry moment, and it can just be that fast. You feel me? Like, so we need to kind of teach our kids, our not just kids, because some of us grown individuals need it too, but to hone our emotions and control our emotions in those moments. Calm down, then think, then react. Don't react in those moments. So, yeah, keys from Keys, emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? Emotional honing, emotional education. Make sure we teach how to hone emotions.
Yeah. I'm gonna add one thing, then we're gonna end it, bro. It's been lovely. Get to know yourself, man. Like, I can't even stress that enough.
We can say that
Get
every
to
show.
know you. I'm gonna say that every show.
Yes, sir.
Get to know you. There's no right or wrong. There's no right way to live this life. You got one life, living best way you know how. But get to know you. Understand what's your positive, understand what's your negative, and work on that daily. If you gotta write it down, write it down. If you gotta talk about it with somebody, talk about it with somebody. If you gotta go seek counseling, seek counseling. Feel free to hit my inbox, Donovan Smith, Instagram, that got Smitty G, Twitter, that got Smitty G, Snap, that got Smitty G. Hit me up. We can talk about it, we can do that, but get to know you. I feel like the more you get to know you, the better you will be into this world. You will understand what you like and you don't dislike, what you dislike. That's key. And piggyback, if you know yourself, you will understand your emotions, how to control them emotions, how to control this, understanding that these certain things trigger this certain type of response. Get to know you, past and present. And you can only plan for your future if you only really know yourself. You're cheating yourself if you plan for something that don't fit you.
Yeah.
I'm not planning to be an astronaut.
Facts.
Definitely don't want to. I don't get hot, so I don't want to go in space. So, you got to get to know yourself. That's my only thing that I got. Get to know you. Be a better you. And live each day like, what he say, live each day like it's your last, man.
These are gems that we dropping, brothers.
Is it done?
Yeah.
3D, you done?
He like about sleep over there.
Yeah, he about sleep. He ain't talking today. He tired. He must have worked. No, he ain't worked last night. This is Donovan, Shaan Keez,
Keys.
and this is Champaign Conversations.
Conversations.